Devastating and heartbreaking, two are the words being used by publicans, people involved in the hospitality industry in Scotland, as a whole wave of pubs will be closed completely for 16 days in central Scotland. Other ones will not be allowed to serve alcohol. That's the view of the First Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon. Excuse me, what's the point of a pub if it can't sell booze? Restaurants are also facing similar draconian restrictions, and we discover now that Boris Johnson is almost certainly going to order the same approach in the north of England, in 20 towns where lockdown restrictions have been in place for weeks and where infection rates of COVID have continued to rise. What is the point of this strategy? More and more scientists are now saying lockdown isn't working. More and more economic advisors are saying the effect on the hospitality industry is going to be devastating. 3 million jobs in the hospitality industry. Pubs will close and never reopen. Restaurants will shut and never reopen. Why don't we at least do the Northern Ireland route and have the curfew at 11 p.m? That's the time that most pubs used to close anyway. Chucking everybody out at 10 o'clock into the street at the same time, all waiting for taxis, waiting for buses, waiting for trains, all milling together is almost certainly spreading COVID and not reducing it. I just hope the Prime Minister has thought this through, and I think it's time he published the scientific evidence to show why he's about to hammer another nail in the coffin at so many pubs, hotels, restaurants and cafes in the north of England. The Tories got an awful lot of votes there at the last general election. The way they're carrying on, they're not going to get anything like as many next time. I think it's very sad, devastating for people who've invested their lives in these businesses, and for what? We don't know what the return will be. Why are we following Scotland? Yet again, we seem to be following Nicola Sturgeon, the SNP, the Scottish First Minister. Sad. Why are we following? Why aren't we leading? Why aren't we leading by example? Instead, she seems to be running rings round us, and what Nicola Sturgeon does, Boris seems to have to do a few days later. It's very sad.